So our next topic is real estate related, a kitchen renovation idea for healthier living and unique money saving. So have you ever went to Lowe's and Home Depot and, checked out the cost for the common stove or microwave? Well, in the modern world of tiny homes, they are all excelling and really making a lot of money on the Airbnb market. And I really don't see or understand all of their marvel. Like, why does everybody want a tiny home? But anyway, they are really, making a lot of money, and a lot of people are buying into the idea of a tiny home. And so, kind of expanding upon that, I had the thought that, instead of getting a common microwave, which we know is not very healthy for you, and a common stove, which we know takes up a lot of space and does cost a pretty good amount of money, how about buying into instead a pressure cooker and a stovetop? So currently, you may notice the interesting decor that I have behind me, and so you'll notice that I actually am in a hotel. And so here at the Marriott, we do have a stovetop, we do have a refrigerator, and overall, while I do have a microwave, I'm quite content living off of my, stovetop and microwave. But we all know that they're not really, you know, we all know that microwaves are not the healthiest. So instead of a microwave, I like the idea of a pressure cooker. And so most people rarely use their oven, I would say. They just take a lot of time to heat up, and to cook whatever you're cooking. And so others should rarely use their microwave because it's not the healthiest option for eating foods and heating them up. For those wanting to level up their healthy living, the microwave is just not the way to go. Instead of paying, over $650 for an electric stove, oven, or microwave, you can accurately spend even more than $850 or, over $1,000 for these items. And this is just for average quality items, not anything special as well. And so there are definitely better options out there, and I was kind of wondering about this item and this option. And so I'm thinking about implementing this myself. Feel free to comment below on what your thoughts are on this idea. But basically, I personally went on to Amazon.com and I searched for a 4 or 5 heating element stovetop. And the prices I found were pretty amazing. The overall look of the stovetop was pretty normal and way more elaborate than what I have at the hotel, which, by the way, is perfectly sufficient for what I need. I can see if you have a family getting a 4 or 5 stovetop element. So that's what I searched for on Amazon.com. And what I found was you can get 5 stovetops for like elements for $213 or $245 or $350. So you have multiple options and they're all under $350 for that stovetop. And the stovetops are pretty amazing. There are a lot of people that have reviewed them and really like them. And for the pressure cooker, you can get an oversized pressure cooker instead of an oven or instead of a microwave. And the pressure cooker may be a healthier option, and you can get a 32-quart extra large pressure cooker air fryer for $189. You can also get one that's 30 quarts for $227 or $150. So, mathematically, that is a pretty sweet deal. You'll notice that cooktops and large pressure cookers can together reasonably cost you $400 total. And if you go the more luxurious, Marriott Hotels way, they have stovetops. They have their full kitchen. And honestly, they are amazing. I mean, overall, look how cool. Like, I have everything I need and more. Now, if you're a family, you'll want a couple more stovetop elements. But that's what we're looking at on Amazon, and just buy a few more elements for your stovetop and buy a larger pressure cooker, which is what I was looking at. And what's cool about it are they're just way healthier and way more convenient and quicker at cooking food, which I will definitely get more into. So I think it's life-changing having them in your hotel. You don't really need a 4 burner option. I think even just 2 is pretty nice, but for someone with a family and kids, you may want at least maybe 4 or 5 elements for your stovetop. But someone who doesn't really have like a full enlarged family with kids, you really don't need 5 element stovetops. The 2 that I have, maybe 3 is perfectly fine, I've noticed. And I can definitely cook for, a party or a group of people if I wanted with just the 2 elements. So, cooktops and large pressure cookers, they really focus on saving space and also healthier living. And so you can literally save half of your money, which I think this by itself is very revolutionary. And I don't know about you, but the added benefit of not having to preheat and your oven is pretty priceless. I'm sure you can save a whole bunch on your energy bill, and you'll also save a whole bunch of time. Pressure cookers are very high tech, and they literally save you tons of time. I can cook like an entire pizza at 400 degrees for 5 minutes instead of taking a full 25 minutes for, preheating your oven unevenly and then, cooking it unevenly. It's really hard to balance the bake versus the broil settings for the perfect pizza. But in reality, for a pressure cooker, you can perfectly cook your pizza from top to bottom. So there's really no way to mess up your pizza. You could just put it on for a couple minutes and check on it, and then put it in for more time if you want. So there's really no way to make perfect pizza via an oven. I really think that it's so difficult. It takes forever, and you'll end up cooking the bottom more than the top, or the top more than the bottom, or one not enough. So it's just not the funnest experience cooking a pizza in the oven. And so a pressure cooker will cook the item from inside to out, top to bottom, pretty consistently, which is why I absolutely love it. Even better, not only are pressure cookers healthier, but you can smell how tasty the food is even as it's getting close to being done. And so this really makes for a mouth-watering situation where the food is just so good, and you can tell just based on the smell whether it's almost ready and almost done. Just like you can for an oven, but the reality is, instead of taking 20 minutes to cook the food, it's done in like 5. And so I'm not really recommending specific items in this video. Instead, I recommend that you research the different stovetops and pressure cookers and choose the one that is best for you. This is really just about like a revolutionary idea that I was thinking about, having a pressure cooker and a stovetop instead of a full oven and microwave. So as I was noting, you can definitely get a stovetop with 4 to 5 burners, or a pressure cooker with 30 plus quart size capacity. And you could definitely choose the one that's best for you and your kitchen and your family size. All I have to say is like woot woot for healthy living and healthy eating, really awesome savings and great delicious food, because when I cook in my pressure cooker, I think it tastes amazing. And so taco about awesome. And that is all. So I'll talk to you soon. It was really just about the idea, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment below on your thoughts about this idea and let me know if you actually have implemented something like this. I'm thinking really hard about implementing this very soon, so maybe I'll post like a little update about how this has gone. Thank you. Have a great day.